All right, today we are back. We are playing Pioneer, trying out a deck that I posted I think almost 70 decks over on my Twitter. If you want to see a bunch of Pioneer deck lists, this is a little different than the one I posted, but that'll happen when you're tuning decks. So this is a fight rigging deck. I think this was like one of the obvious cards a lot of people went to when we saw Slumbering Trudge on the spoiler. I'm not sure if I don't think I've made a video with it yet, so be excited to give it a try here. But we've got a lot of other interesting tech going on. We are Nykthos deck. We are doing devotion things. That's going to help us cast our top end. We've got Turntimber Symbiosis as well as Craterhoof and Great Henge to find off of our fight rigging. Hopefully the Symbiosis can just find another Craterhoof. But if it just finds like an Ouroboroid or something else with a bunch of counters, that's fine too. Of course, we got the broken combination of Llanowar Elves and Badgermole Cubs to make, 11 mana sometimes by turn 3. And then, yeah, we've got fight rigging enabled by Slumbering Trudge, which you'll notice is the only way to sort of set it up instantly. But we've got 4 copies of Invasion of Ikoria. So this, for 3 mana, can find our Trudge. It gives us 3 devotion for our Nykthos. It gives us a battle that we can kill to get an 8/8 with reach. So yeah, it's a lot of value, and it does a pretty good job of accomplishing what we want with fight rigging. There's like a pugnacious something skull. There's a dinosaur that you could play instead, but I'm excited to try this because this is just a card you can use to find Badgermole Cub and then set up your devotion and all of your mana to do whatever the hell else you want. We got Great Henge as another payoff for fight rigging, or for the 6/6 stats. This only costs 3 off if you have Slumbering Trudge in play. We got Kiora to untap our Nykthos. You can untap our Great Henge. Also, we'll just draw cards when we play a Trudge. So for 1 mana, you get to draw cards. We've got Outcaster Trailblazer as another Kiora. You'll notice the numbers are kind of all over. That's just because I don't really know the exact correct numbers to use. So we're just experimenting. And I'm trying a new card in Vastlands Scavenger, which is a 4/4 that can, do a Turntimber Symbiosis impersonation. Invasion of Ixalan finds all our permanents, as well as making another 4-power creature when we defeat it. We got Lair to help us attack battles and help against control. A single Oasis, because we have a Thought-Knot Seer on the board and I wanted 5 colorless sources. It also works well with Ouroboroid and just a solid land, not too big of a tax for a pain land in a monocolor deck. Side deck, we've got a pile of anti-graveyard, anti-Lotus Field. Reclamation Sage is a non-human to tutor. Remember, this does not get humans. Scrapshooter, another decent card in certain matchups. Thought-Knot Seer is nice against things like combo, and then a Gargaroth, just as a big idiot to be able to get if you want a 5-drop. So that is the list. If you guys want it, it will be in the description, and I will see you all in the games. Enjoy. All right, opponent goes first. Try this. This could go poorly, but give it a try. Opponent Dorian, Jeskai, nothing on 2. Normally when something like this happens, I think it's the Quintorius deck, but I don't think people normally play Yorion with that. In Pyroclasm or something. Tablet. Okay. Or? I'm not gonna do math. I can get a 3. I don't have a disenchant. Get the Death Toucher, or I can just play the Ouroboroid and then hoof them next turn. Frame Verdict is the thing that's gonna mess me up. Do I have a card that would be good against that? I think so. It also might just be dead. Alright, cool. Badgermole Cub, good card. Okay, so what do I want to put in? We'll try the Thought-Knot Seer. Let's see if we can even cast it. We have 5 colorless sources, but Give it a try. Hopefully we just get it off of our invasion. Guess I'll do Reclamation Sage. I think there's going to be more than just the tablet. I don't even think I'll do the Scrapshooters, though. And I could put in, like, the Gargaroth, I guess. But I'm not going to be doing that much sideboarding, I think. These could come out. Maybe Ouroboroid isn't necessary. We did have it that game, but it's not that good against Supreme Verdict. Honestly, I'm just going to take out an Elf. And I'm going to take out the Ouroboroid. Could be wrong. I feel like there are definitely times where I take it out and I regret it. It just applies pressure in a way that's not really comparable to anything else. Other than, like, you know, the things that actually kill your opponent, so. Craterhoof and whatnot, but this hand looks great. Okay. 0, you may go. Thought-Knot Seer. Well, you hate to see that, don't you? What did I say? Let's just not draw it. Alright. Give me some mana. I'm just never doing anything on the first 2 turns, which is weird. I still don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, great. GG, I guess. Our hand was good, right? Like, we had the rigging. If they didn't have a way to interact with it, we could just flip a hoof or turn timber into a hoof, all that stuff. So, I'll take it. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first. Looks good enough. Deep. Good plot to not play straight into a Normalize. Okay, so play this, play this, get green. Now what? Play Cub. I can play Burning-Tree. Now we're at 4. Cub, we can still pay. 100 billion mana. Green. 5 and 2. So if I do play this, they can Normalize me. I guess I'm just gonna get Normalized and Verdicted and be sad. But we're gonna say, okay, you Normalize this, you don't have Verdict. That's the deal. Will that happen in practice? Probably not, but Dungeon isn't really technically doing anything now anyway, and I do have the board, so. It also means that if I draw an X spell, it's more likely to resolve. Okay, I just have it all. GG. I don't think we can beat that, so. No sweat. Okay, what do I want against control? Reclamation Sage is actually going to be good. Guess not. I don't think Gargaroth's good either. I think I'm just not going to board. I don't even think Thought-Knot Seer is going to be good. I think Thought-Knot Seer is maybe good against combo. I don't think it's good against control. There's going to be spots where you'll be happy you have it, but probably just shouldn't be in the board either way. Strong start, but didn't exactly close. If I didn't play the Great Henge and my opponent cast Verdict, I could never play the Great Henge, so I don't regret the decision I made. I think I was just playing towards a play that would make it so I could actually win the game, and it was just the case that I could never win the game, so You take those. That's what it is. Alright, I want to get this Trudge down early, so I'm probably going to turn to it. And then we'll just hope that beatdowns is good. If they somehow, like, if they portable hold this or some March type effect, maybe I'll just play Elf. Well, this start is also going to lose to Verdict, but if you look at my hand, I don't really have any options other than to not pressure my opponent, which is awful because my opponent will cast Insult the star cards and then I'll lose the game, so. Okay, GG's. Alright, let's go first. Let us roll again. Let us keep this very mid-hand. I'm just gonna get rid of Forest here. Hello. I don't know how good this is actually going to end up being, but we do it, right? Can't be that bad. Henge, okay, that's pretty good. Henge seems like a card that my opponent's like pixie style deck could easily struggle against. Also gives me a double ramp on both Nykthos and itself, so not gonna complain about that. Could have gotten a Hoof, which would have been good. Would have been a 5/5 that attacked for 9 or whatever. Our devotion is 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely play this. Say we got pretty lucky this game. What the hell? Yeah. Not what I thought they were going to be doing. How much mana do I have? Six, 9. I can just double counter my board. I think I'm just gonna go for Roach. I can hit a Cub as well. So I want Hydra to resolve first. Do you have Wrath of God? They might just have the bargain card that's Bring to Light for these decks and just kill my board. Looks like they do because they haven't conceded the game, so I think that's what will happen here. Maybe not, but I can't think of too many other ways they get out of it other than clearing my board. That's not his boss. The math non-mathing. Try to hoof kill them. Won't. Oh, kill them. Alright, nice. Well, games in this deck are pretty fast. GG's. Alright, what are we boarding? I don't even know. I guess Reclamation Sage should be good. Like, against these Pixie style decks, it's not that great, but they have the Vault. The question is, do I want Scrapshooter? Because I almost never want to gift them a card to blow up one of their enchantments, unless they have one that's actually going to be valuable. I think I'm not going to do too much boarding. Seems like my deck might just be favored anyway. I'm going to take out an Elf against the Hopeless Nightmare deck. And just expect to play a game where they're probably... post board, they're going to be better configured to actually interact with my early game stuff. I don't think I want to just, like, have a handful of Elves after they torch the tower in my first copies. So, we'll just play to grind a little bit, have a Reclamation Sage, maybe that can pick off some of their nonsense. I still don't know that they're a Pixie deck, but they have Yorion. The Vault is what's throwing me for a loop. Maybe there's some Reanimator deck, too? They could have a bunch of different things going on. Okay, this hand seems good. So we have... I don't even know the best way to go about this. 40, it's funny. Doesn't actually seem very good against me. So it looks like I'm gonna go Burning-Tree Rigging. Counter on Burning-Tree? Okay, so now I'm gonna go Burning-Tree Trudge. And then we can just curve into Rigging. One. That is good against Hoof, kind of. Like, it's going to give them spots where they're not actually getting one shot. Okay, so the moment is what made me think that they were Pixie, but maybe they're just combo and they have some moments in their deck. Okay, I don't really need the Devotion. Let's go here in case we get Hopeless Nightmared. If I get a Great Henge again, maybe. Okay, we'll go over here. It's our combat phase, so... Can't play the Trudge, unfortunately, but we did get a 7-5. This doesn't get dealt with, we're going to draw 2 cards, which is obviously great. They have to be the bargain deck, right? Like, they have to play that 4-mana enchantment. What's up with all the tap lands, though? I don't really get that either. Okay. 3. I guess I can Trudge first. And I think we'll go 0. Another Trudge, maybe? Okay, well, that's a threat if my board gets dealt with. Speed for 8. There's some combo in Mardu colors that I'm not privy to. There's gotta be. I know there's some reenact the crime bullshit you could do where you could go infinite by, like, copy looping spells. Maybe that's what this is. Sure. They just want to play for Hoof. 3, 4. Kind of do. And there's more playing for Hoof. 4. And this is 4 and 2 is E. 6. So I'm rigging Ouroboroid. 1 short. Alright, I'm 1 short. No, I'm not. And this says, at the beginning of pull 1 card instruction, then if you control... Okay, so I can put it on the Ouroboroid. Damn. Okay. I probably stacked it wrong, didn't I? Damn it. Well, it auto stacks pretty well. That's unfortunate, but whatever. Reclamation Sage or Kiora? Maybe it's not that relevant. Another draw here. So is this Yorion part of a combo? I mean, they didn't jump the 9. I don't know what the Yorion's accomplishing. You know, it's nice. It's a big flyer. Maybe they have a sweeper that somehow doesn't kill the Yorion? Like Ritual of Soot? But then I still have Ouroboroid. I don't know. A weird... I have no idea what's going on. Oh, sure. What the fuck? So this is gonna make 2 Yorions, which kind of doesn't matter. And they can only blink these things 1 time, so I'm gonna get double edicted, and then I think they're just gonna die. Maybe a fatal push, I guess? Okay, this is gonna come to play untapped, so they're not exactly dead. Okay, now they do have 1 blocker, sorry. They blinked the Orient. Okay, so here adds how much? 5, 6, 7. The Kiora is 5 and 7 again. Am I doing this math right? I hope I am. I guess they're still probably just dead.
Let's get moving.
Nykthos. Nykthos. Good. There's a hoof, but cheer us on from the sideline. Alright, GG's. Unless they have to have, what do they even have? Can't push the Trailblazer. Alright, cool. Nice. GG's. Got him.